Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another video. In this one, I wanted to take a look at a session here. I've got a mix I did on it, and I used only Waves Renaissance plugins. I get a lot of emails from people thinking they need to have UAD stuff, and they have to buy the plugin of the week, and I mean, there's so much shit always coming out. And so I wanted to make a video just showing that you could get a great sounding mix with really basic, cheap stuff. You don't have to break the bank. If I was a kid starting out, I would definitely grab probably, well, not probably, but I would totally grab these Renaissance collection plugins. I think you get 10, and I'm going to use most of them. There's a couple that I didn't use, but you can go on the website and check that out later. So I've got a session, drums, bass, piano, strings, a couple vocal tracks. Got 2 reverbs I used, a hall and a plate. I used reverb. Got, everything kind of stemmed out and bust, vocal bus, drum bus, strings, then feeding into like 2 groups that I would normally have compressors on these, but I don't, just because I wanted to use really minimal stuff. Again, no delays. I would probably also have delays on it as well, but so just EQ and compression for the most part, and a lot of the same EQs and compressors. Let me play the track, and then we'll get into this whole thing and kind of break this apart. So here we go.
I saw it right through your eyes, a sweeter, deeper place. I can't escape. I'm fighting gravity, but I can't stop it from happening. Been hurt so many times. Don't trust my heart when I know it's right. I can't lose in love again, but I can't help falling in. I'm fighting gravity. Oh, gravity.
So you get a verse, a chorus, and that's pretty much the gist of it. Again, this is a demo. It's Nashville. We write a lot of songs, and it always helps if you can throw a track together at the end. And this was kind of the result of a day of a day's work, sort of like that. So I've got a real drum set played by a real player, and this is what it sounds like. Okay, so no reverbs or anything used. I started with the overheads. Sound like that. Use this R channel plugin. It's an EQ and a compressor. Really basic stuff. It even gives you some sidechain filtering options, which I'm not going to go into, but it's there if you want to research it. Pretty much with overheads, I just EQ. So you got a high pass filter going about 93, and a shelf here around 8.5K ish, something like that. Cut out some mids, 782 with a bell curve, minus 2 dB. Real subtle moves for the most part. A little brightening, cleaning out some mud. Nothing too crazy. Then we'll go to the room mics. Same thing. Renaissance channel strip. EQ and compression moves here. So let's turn the compressor off, turn the EQ section off. That's how they came. Throw the EQ on. Obviously we have some high passing, some low passing, 80 hertz to 4K. Cut out a little 300. Just keep things dark and round really. And then bring on the R comp. Significant amount of compression going on, pretty high ratio, quick attack, medium kind of release. And they're just kind of tucked down under the overheads. Kick drum, as you can see, high pass into 50. We're gonna pull pretty narrow Q out around 300, 327, I think, minus 12 dB, and then boost a little attack, fish around 3K. Usually when I EQ these things, I'm fishing pretty quick and I'm just using my ears. I don't really go to specific numbers. It's just whatever I hear, whatever I like. That's kind of where I stop, and then I'll tweak from there if I need to. But yeah, no special SSL EQ. Straight ARG EQ4. These things sound great. Then we got the R compressor, which is so versatile, so great. It can do so many different things. We've got a slowish attack, quick release, ratio of about 4. I like 4-to-1, 8-to-1 ratios just because I use 1176s a lot, and if it's not 4 or 8, it just sounds weird to me. Just giving some punch. Just really helps it sit through the middle of that. Let's go into the snare drum here. EQ. So high pass to 50, pull some of the boxiness out around 500. I got a shelf at 10K. Or I'm sorry, I got a shelf at 3K, my bad. But yeah, then we got some compression going on. 4-to-1. I think I like that electro setting better. Smooth on the compression. Sounds great. Then just use an EQ on the bottom snare mic, boost a little 12K, filtering out some bottom end. Just get some of that snare rattle up in there. Hi-hats, I like to boost mids. I've kind of been into that lately, so I got some 822. High pass pretty significantly there. 134. If you've noticed a trend, I pretty much high pass everything. Also roll a little top end off because we're kind of bright. Basically just saving my ass there on some stuff. What do we got? Toms, I really don't do a lot to. Just some basic high passing to 60. Tambourine track. You guessed it, high pass, 134 hertz. And then also darkened it, 10K with a low pass filter. Just to kind of bring it into the room a little bit. But yeah, on the drum bus itself, again, got this REQ6, so we've got 6 bands. High pass to 40, notched a little 300 out of the kit, boosted a little top end, was at 10, 11K. This helps it get a little more open, a little wider, a little compression also. Not a lot going on. We're in opto mode, smooth, quickish attack, medium release, 4-to-1 ratio. Again, EQ and compression, that's the only thing I've used. Now let's go to our bass tone here. It's a J bass. I used R bass. Let me take these off real quick. Kind of thin, wanted to beef it up. Threw R bass on. Real subtle, 2.1 intensity at 60 hertz. It really gets a little wider, gets a little fatter. And then you throw our REQ6 on just to kind of contain that and carve that to be what I want it to be. So I get some high passing to 50, low pass to 4K, boosted was that little 110, 2 dB, and then cut out some 388, 5 dB or so to get rid of some of the boxiness. Right, and then I use this Renaissance Axe plugin, which is, it's kind of like a plugin. The compressor they built, not necessarily for guitars and basses, but it's kind of like an instrument compressor. Again, it's really easy. You've got an attack slider, you've got a threshold, and you've got gain. And this thing, whatever it's doing, is magic, because it just makes that bass just locked in. So I got slow attack, pretty significant amount of compression.
Heard so many times, don't trust my heart when I know it's right.
Just makes it sound good regardless. Next we'll go to the piano. Again, you guessed it, EQ and compression. Let's start with the EQ. Take the hall verb off. Right, grand piano. So our EQ, high pass to 60, pull out some 200, some 300. It's a pretty crazy looking curve. Again, just kind of boosting and cutting things to what my ear kind of likes at the time. Then I have a shelf at 2500 just to get it a little brighter. Which gets me in the ballpark. I like that. Then we got our R comp, electro, warm, slow attack, fast release. Just trying to keep things punchy. Not tons of compression. I still want it to breathe. Just kind of helps contain it a little bit. Then I go to a hall. Not really juicing it too hard. Hall's got a decent amount of reverb time on it. And this is just the long hall preset I pulled up. Top end's kind of rolled off on it, so it's darker. Helps it get a little taller sounding, a little wider sounding. Again, it's kind of something you feel more than you hear, which I think is, again, subtlety, which is sort of the key to reverbs and delays and whatnot. Then let's check out our strings, which are bussed down to this string bus. I've got one track of cellos. Right, then I've got some violins. Sound like that. Really just doing some EQ on them. Boosted some mids with a really broad curve. 667, I think. 2.7 Q, 0.8 Q, my bad, 2.7 dB. High pass to 141, and then boosted the crap out of some 20K just to get that airiness. Just want to hear that rosin on the string bows. And again, send it to a hall. And sent quite a bit to the hall. Well, maybe not quite a bit, but a good amount. And that's it, guys. Now we're in vocal land.
In gravity.
So going to a plate verb, plate looks like this. It's fairly short.
In gravity.
Brought up this preset and then tweaked it.
In gravity.
I like fairly short plate reverbs on vocals. I don't like them just to carry on forever. But rolled the bottom end off it, pulled the top end out a little bit.
In gravity.
Pretty simple stuff. Send in pretty decent amount to it. But anyways, got the RDSer going on.
In gravity. But I can't stop it from happening.
I like this de-esser a lot. I go between 3 or 4 de-essers. Seems like I can't really find one that always does the job perfectly all the time, but this gets it done pretty often. EQ wise,
In gravity, but I can't stop it from happening.
high passing pretty significantly, 260 or so. Pulling out some 354.
In gravity, but I can't stop it from happening.
Boosting a lot of 10K-ish up here, yeah. 8.5 dB.
In gravity, but I can't stop it from.
Which gives us our air. Then we go to RVox, which always sounds good.
In gravity.
You know, didn't even use the gate. It's just bring the compressor down.
In gravity, but I can't stop it from happening. Been hurt so many times.
Sounds good. Then you just, back your gain off to watch your gain staging. Love this plugin. It's the compression slider pretty much just goes from good to better, and then just stops wherever you're happy the most. Then I got a couple harmony tracks here. Same settings, copy and pasted for the most part. I think I went a little higher up on the high pass filter 283, but everything else is the same. They're just copied over. This is what the whole thing sounds like.
In gravity, but I can't stop it from happening. Been hurt so many times. Don't trust my heart when I know it's right. I can't lose in love again, but I can't help all in it.
Right, that's the most of the vocal sound. Then I've got another compressor in opto mode, which is really smooth. It's not doing a whole lot.
Gravity, but I can't stop it from happening.
Just rounding things off.
Gravity, but I can't stop it from happening. Been hurt so many times. Don't trust my heart when I know it's right.
That's sitting on the vocal bus. And then on the bus, I sent a little bit to a hall just to, try to get some spatial stuff going.
In gravity, but I can't stop it from happening.
Just felt like it helped the vocals take up a little more space in the mix. And that's vocal land. Our mix bus, got another R compressor, you guessed it, opto mode.
In gravity, but I can't stop it from happening. Been hurt so many times.
Really chill ratio, 2.5. Pretty quick on attack and release. Opto mode, smooth. Not doing a lot at all. Just kind of rounding out the peaks,
In gravity, but I can't stop it from happening. Been hurt so many times. Don't trust my heart when I know it's right.
Also using the gain on it to help get the volume up a little bit. But that's it, guys. Again, EQ and compression, that's it. A couple of reverbs, some routing, some fundamentals, and I've got a pretty good sounding demo. Is it perfect? Probably not, but it's pretty damn good, I think. So yeah, use stock plugins. Use get yourself, if you're looking to buy some plugins, just get some basic EQs, some basic compressors, one decent sounding reverb, and you're pretty much set and good to go. After that, it's all players, the song, the arrangement. So much of mixing has to do with the source material. I feel like now more than ever, people just get so caught up in gear and plugins and all this stuff. So anyways, I hope this video helps you out. It's a longer one. Let me know if you like these longer videos. I could probably do some more. This is very much the same style as a lot of the premium tutorials are on the site. So if you're interested in more stuff like this, go over there and check it out. Priced them pretty affordable. Most of the tutorials are anywhere from like $15 to $30, or you can pay $89 and get everything, and have access to it forever, as well as everything that will be coming out too this year. But that's it, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. New videos every week. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. All that information is down below, and I will see you in the next video.